Hi there, and welcome to another video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about religion and what it does to people. And I think it was Iceland that declared that all religious beliefs are mental disorders. And of course it is, of course it is. And that came from a whole country. And it obviously is, because when you look at a really deeply religious person, the type that I'm talking about, the type that are stuck into their beliefs. There's no other possibility. In a debate, all they do is repeat parts of the Bible or the Quran or something. But they don't have any opinions themselves. They don't have a mind, you see. Because their mind has been warped by the religious programming. And if religion was the pathway to God, then you wouldn't be allowed to read it. You wouldn't be allowed to own a Bible. Mike Tyson once said that the more he looks into the churches, the more he sees the devil. And I agree, the name of the game is divide and rule. That's how the system manipulates society and controls them. Whilst it's got us arguing over black and white, what God is better than the other God, we can't see the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is where humanity is going. That's the most important thing, our ascension process. But the ones that spiritually awaken aren't necessarily Bible bashers. It was Jesus Christ that said that the sinners would get to heaven quicker than the gospel people, if he did exist. And because I watched this movie, it was about Jesus, and that's what he said. And because these people are two-faced, the religious people, not all of them, and it's not the religion, it's them, It's not the situation or thing that's a problem, it's always us. But the kind of Bible bashing crazy people I'm talking about, they talk about love, but yet they aren't given the message of love. Their message is a message of anger, and they will insult you. And that's it, I got called a fool today by someone who's religious because I was offering a different perspective. I think that all the power is within, you see. And the reason they do that is because religious people only believe. That's all they have is their belief. But they don't know. And this is the problem with religion. And like I said earlier about awakened people, spiritually awakened people, the ones that have the big awakenings, they normally aren't even people that are into religious stuff. I wasn't into any spiritual stuff or religious stuff. Didn't follow nothing like that. Didn't do yoga or nothing. And unexpectedly, I had a spiritual awakening. And I think the fact I wasn't brainwashed by any religion helped. I think you've got to be very open for a spiritual awakening. Remember, it's a very deep thing. And I think you have to be very open to receive it, You're interacting with a hypersensitivity. And like I said in the start of this video, I'm going to actually call this video, I'm going to call it, because I already done a video earlier today and it was called Religious Beliefs or Mental Disorders. I'm going to call this video Religious Beliefs or Mental Disorders Part 2. Because that's what it is, you know, it really is crazy for someone, you know, to read a Bible and they think that's the only possibility. You know, when we are basically in the middle of space, we are in the middle of space, you know, and there's endless possibilities of what can be. Do you know scientists have never found an ending to the universe? Also, I want to say, you know, science as well, when people rubbish science and say things like, oh, I don't believe science, well, them people that say that are normally religious as well. You get a lot of those kind of people, religious people, and the reason they say it is because religion can disprove their God. Science now has a machine, a computer thing that can go right back to the creation of Earth, of the world. And they said there was, and this machine says that there was nothing. You know, because the religion says God created the universe, but what about before God existed? What created God then? You see, and everything has to start from nothing, you see. Everything comes from nothing at some stage. It's rational to see that. You know, it's some stage when you sleep at night, you might not be dreaming, there might just be nothing. Right? No awareness, nothing. And I think that's always what people are scared of, especially religious people. I think they're scared of the nothing. I think they're scared of no thing. Because the ego is always scared to let go of what it thinks is a safe place. This is what religion fuels. It fuels ego. Because it's only ego that gets stuck on beliefs. Your soul doesn't do that. Your divinity doesn't do that. Because your real divine self is infinite possibility. And it thinks in a way that is best for your growth going forward. It doesn't think of what's better for me, what's the best situation for me. It doesn't think like that. It thinks of growth in terms of growth. I believe I know that that's why sometimes you get disabled people, physically retarded or spastic people. And that's not a politically incorrect word, by the way. There used to be a spastic society, which was called that. But I think why you get these kind of people is I don't think they're always paying back something in a past life. I think that sometimes their soul needs that experience. Right? See, this political correctness as well, this is, again, I was talking about religion earlier, and this video is about religion. But it all comes from the top. And political correctness, like some morons would think that I can't say spastic or retarded, when it's a word that's made up, so I should be able to use it. And the political correctness is just a way to stop you saying what is there to say. You know what I'm saying? It's just to narrow down words. They're doing just now on the internet. Censorship. It's a way to stop freedom of speech, freedom of expression. So when I say I'm criticizing religion, yes, if you want to be religious, you be my guest. But I think religion needs to be looked at, not in the way that it's the problem. The problem is never the situation, it's always what's within us. Doesn't matter what the situation is, it's always us that perceives it as a certain thing. Right? For example, I look at the world much differently now. I look at the world much differently. So I look at everything symbolically. I have a little thing in the house, it's passages from the Bible. And when I read these things, I know that a person that would take things literally would get really offended by some of the things, or would really take it serious. I look at it symbolically, so I can see the symbolic messages and things, because I choose to look from that angle. It's a choice, right? I don't take life seriously. This awakening, I guess you could say, it made me a bit lighter. There was a time when I just couldn't take a joke, before this awakening I was very depressed. And I tell people that it's not the situation, it's how we respond to it. So religion, yes, it can be used to divide us, but I don't really think that anything in the world is to blame for us. We need to take responsibility and understand that we create our reality. Right? The power is within us. The solution is within you, and the problem is within you. Right? But you must go within to heal it. I had an unexpected spiritual awakening because I decided to go within. And you only have that experience and tune into God, which is within you, once you decide to look within. But people that look externally and take refuge in religions, their governments, an ex-wife, it could be anything. It's because they don't want to be present. They don't want to really be in this moment. They don't want to go within, because they want to stay in the comfort zone. And we don't awaken whilst we're in our comfort zone. Spiritual awakening is a miracle, and it only happens to those that have the real heart to go within themselves. And to take a chance. And back to the religion thing, yeah, religious beliefs, of course they're mental. I don't know how many religions there are, but there's many on the world. And everyone thinks that their religion is right. It's insane. And you see, people that are programmed like this, people like that are software programs. And they can't see how they've been programmed. They think because the Bible or the religion is mentioning love, that it is love. But again, it's not the religion. Like I say, it's our perception of it. That's really the thing. It's these people that are. It's not the Bible that is, that way, or isn't, or is. It's really how we perceive things. It's how we look at things. What do we take from things? And if you look at anything this way, including the Bible, you'll have a different experience. Right? Symbolic. Everything is symbolic if you look at it that way. And you realise then that the Bible or the external world isn't the problem. It's within you that's the issue. It's you that's the problem. Like them religious people that impose their beliefs, but they don't see how crazy they're looking. And they can't laugh at themselves, these people. They can't laugh at how ridiculous they look. And like today, I got called a fool because, a person like that can't take a joke. Because they're very serious, but it's not the religion, it's them. It's all, we are responsible for how we feel in this moment about anything. Right? When you understand this, you start to steer your reality and yourself in a better way. This is the path of self-mastery. But it starts by going within yourself and letting your soul lead the way. Like I always say, my soul is my mentor. All is within me. And I'm just going to leave it there. For latest updates, videos, blogs, etc., news, please do check my website at www.lovelifefamily.com. Thank you for watching.